Washington is broken. We are currently conducting business as usual here in Washington, and it's bankrupting our nation. And certainly, as having spent 34 years as a manufacturer, Senator, I recognize that you have to have a good process if you're going to have a good product. And because our process here is so broken, that's one of the reasons we're bankrupting this nation, because we don't have a good process. I mean, it is, to me, unbelievable, sir, that in the United States Senate, we haven't passed a budget now in, 805 or 6 days? Over 2 years, we have not passed a budget yet in this body. And as an accountant, that's my background. I've had to produce budgets on time for a wide variety of sizes of businesses. And it's simply unbelievable to me when I know how hard individuals and businesses work to produce a budget. And by the way, they generally present those budgets on time. They don't miss the budget dates, but they actually produce a budget, and there's an awful lot of work that goes into those things. And then I come here after 34 years in business, and I come to the United States Senate understanding, again, not because I wanted to be a United States Senator, sir, but because I realize we're bankrupting this nation, that America is in peril. And I get here, and I hope to get on the Budget Committee so I can actually start solving this problem. And I get on the Budget Committee, and I'm ready to roll up my shirt sleeves and start working on the problem. And what do we hold? I think 6 hearings on the President's budget. A budget that was so unserious that it lost in this body 0 to 97. Not one member of the President's own party thought it was serious enough. Or maybe it didn't spend quite enough for them. Maybe it didn't tax enough for them. But for whatever reason, not one member of the President's own party decided to vote for that budget. I think that's a stunning repudiation. It's very disappointing, quite honestly, because right now, as our country faces bankruptcy, we are hungering for leadership, and we're not getting any. I mean, the fact of the matter is, if the President really was serious about addressing this issue, if he was serious about tackling this problem, he would have been coming to us months ago to negotiate in good faith to prevent the bankrupting of America. But that hasn't happened. So what's happening now? For the last few weeks, we've been holding some secret meetings, far from the view of the American public. I mean, I'm not sure, is that really how we're going to solve the financial future of America? I came here to work. I came here to be engaged in debate. I was hoping we would have a very open process under general order. But that's not what's happening. And what I'm afraid is we're going to end up with a deal that's going to be dropped in our laps with just a couple days to go, and then, kind of like the health care law, kind of like Dodd-Frank. All of a sudden you get these 1,000-page bills dumped in our laps with no time to review. And then you start seeing the unintended consequences of it. So I think that's just a real shame. And I just came from a press conference where every member of the freshman class, we had a meeting this morning, and we were talking about what can we do. I mean, we all came here in a very sincere desire to actually solve the problem. And one of the things we talked about is how President Obama now, rather than being serious about this, rather than really tackling the problem, he's beginning to scare seniors and members of our military. And we thought that was over the line. So we sent a letter to the President today asking him to please step up the plate, seriously address the problem, stop scaring our seniors, work with us. We want to help you solve the problem. But thank you, Senator
Johnson, and thank you for your great group of freshman senators who've added so much common sense to our problems.